Beyond your anxiety, are you feeling exhausted? Are you feeling burnt out? Do you feel like you're always one step behind? Does it feel like you're not doing enough? Do you feel pains, tension in your body? In essence, do you feel dysregulated in your nervous system? If this is the case, my friends, today is the day. I want to share with you 6 vital keys that will get you out of this particular dilemma, this challenge that you're in, and actually practically work so that you can start experiencing life from a place of ease and inner peace. So let's dive in. My peaceful warriors, welcome to another important video. First and foremost, I want to thank you. I want to thank you for subscribing to this channel. I want to thank you for your comments, your likes, your engagement. It really feels like I am connecting with the peaceful warrior community out there, so thank you. And if you want to learn more about any of my anxiety recovery programs, head over here and use the code GIFT30 because it's my birthday. Friends, we are diving deep into the nervous system today. I know this channel is about anxiety. I know it's about the symptoms. It's about health anxiety. It's about living slowly. But anxiety can take a massive toll on our minds, our emotions, and on our bodies. So right now, you may be feeling the effects of years, decades, of living in fight or flight, living in survival mode, from morning till night, always going and always feeling like you've got so much pressure on yourself. I know what that's like, and I also know what it's like to heal. I know what it's like to recover. So today I want to share in depth these very vital points that will get you to regulation, a place of balance in your nervous system, and you're gonna go, oh, it feels good. I can actually do things without feeling like I have to fight myself through the experience, right? Now, number 1 is this. Boring responses to symptoms and concerns, okay? I can't tell you how important this first key is. When you are faced with a particular mental challenge, an emotional challenge, a physical sensation or symptom that usually draws you into physical catastrophe, right? Or, rabbit holes that you find yourself digging out of, I want you to respond in very boring and repetitive ways. It's kind of like, oh, there you are again. Right? Or, oh, if you guys want to have that party, I'm going to be in this room while all the anxiety and burnout, feedback is in that room, right? So it's kind of like this boring response over and over and over again. And it doesn't matter if you're at home doing something or doing nothing, you're walking, you're in a social gathering, you're running. It doesn't matter where you are or what you're doing. The key is to respond boringly and in a targeted way, okay? Oh, I know you're trying to pull me into catastrophe. We've been through this over and over again. I'm going to get back to what I'm doing here, right? It's that kind of an emotional response. What you don't want to do is get in a tug of war mentally with your inner protector, right? Yes, I am safe. No, you're not. Yes, I can do it. No, you can't, right? That kind of mental thing, that game. What you want to do is lead with emotion, lead with feelings. The feeling of boredom, the feeling of dropping into boredom, the feeling of I'm just done with the fight, I'm done with the cycle, I'm done with the games, right? That would be a vital first point to regulating your nervous system. Number 2 is deep rest. Notice that I'm not just saying rest, I'm saying deep rest. Deep rest means that you are not distracted by anything in the outside world, and it's only you and the very things that you've been trying to distract from until this point. What I mean by that is it's you and your symptoms. It's you and the thoughts. It's you and the feelings, right? And it's in that very moment when you're moving with them, right, in deep rest, not fighting them or trying to fix them, but you're moving with them, allowing them to be present while you are sitting or laying down with your eyes closed, right? It's that kind of a feeling. It's like, okay, you can be there. I'm just going to come back to my breath. You can be there. I'm just going to come back to this moment. So deep rest is absolutely vital, and I call them mini vacations. Mini vacations. You don't want to solely rely on mini vacations to heal you, because living is a big part. Living differently than how you used to live is a big part to your nervous system regulation, right? But the deep rest is absolutely key to repeatedly give your nervous system the signal that you don't have to solve anything right now, okay? So if you're taking those deep rests, comment below and let me know, at what times you're doing it, how long you're doing it for. I'd really like to connect with you in terms of what you're doing in relation to deep rest. Number 3 is gentle living with it there. Okay, gentle living with it there. So you're living gently, and what I mean by living gently is not rushing, not frantic, not urgently going to the next thing, not mentally problem solving, okay, not that kind of living. Gentle living is more so being in the moment with what's around you. It's slowly sipping your tea. It's being less hard on yourself to try to heal or recover. That's gentle living to me, okay? And when I mean gentle living, don't get into the mental framework where you feel like you have to live in a cave or live like a monk or take on some kind of spiritual practice. You don't have to do any of those things, okay? All you have to do is feel, there's that key word, feel like you are more gentle towards yourself in the face of those repeated thoughts and feelings, right? And you want to live gently while all of it's there, right? The burnout's there, the symptoms are there, but you're just going through your day with a certain degree of flow. I like to call it a flow state. So it's not, oh, this symptom's different, maybe this is when I need to become frantic or urgent. No, it's all under the same umbrella because you have already fully accepted that this is a nervous system thing, okay? Number 4 is, this is huge, reduce common efforts towards recovery, okay? Now, your inner protector will sneakily, I'm not sure if that's a word, but sneakily get you to focus on your recovery, right? So you always must be focused on your recovery, but that's very sneaky because it keeps us within the realm of the addiction to suffering. So as you can see, you can suffer trying to get rid of something, but there's also suffering when you feel like you are always trying to recover from a particular challenge. Can you see how the addiction can form, right? So we're talking about less effort around less checking, okay? Checking your body, symptoms. How am I feeling right now, right? Oh, that thing is working. No, it's not working. Maybe it's working, right? Less researching what you're going through, because I know with ChatGPT these days, that can also fuel the addiction to suffering. As much as you think you're finding an answer and getting to the root of your problem, all you're doing is continuing to fuel reassurance. And reassurance is kind of like a shower, right? You take a shower and then within a few hours you're dirty again and you need another shower, right? So again, we're talking about the addiction to suffering more so than this term anxiety, right? So less self-help, okay? I used to live in the bookstore, in the self-help section, right? I'm going straight to the self-help section, right? No, not that section, not that section, not that section. Not the books that I would thoroughly enjoy because it takes me out of recovering. No, I need to focus on my recovery, right? What's the best book, right? What's the best seller right now? That's all fueling the suffering, okay? Less scanning, less, what does this mean, right? Less of that, less kind of fixing energy, okay? So I want you to reduce these common efforts towards recovery. And I would highly recommend taking a piece of paper and writing down all the ways that you are fueling more stress, knowingly and unknowingly. Okay, when you get to the bottom of it, you're going to find that there's so many things, right? There are so many things that have become habitual that you didn't even recognize, right? So write those down so that you can become more aware of them, okay? Up to this point, if any of this is speaking to you guys right now, head over to anxietyguyprograms.com, take the next step in your healing process. I know there's a program out there for you, and I'll leave the link right here. Number 5 is staying below capacity. Okay, this is a very tough one because if you're high functioning, right, it's like when you have a little bit of energy, you want to use it up and then some. Can you relate? Comment below. So, oh, I've got some energy today. I'm going to do a couple extra sets in the gym. Oh, I'm going to take on that project finally because I feel like I've got 5% of energy to give. You know, that kind of thing, right? But you want to stay below your capacity. And one of the rules that I have for people that I'm working with right now through my mentorship, okay, that you can again find at anxietyguyprograms.com, is the 70% rule, okay? 70%. If you're going to go to the gym, you've got a dysregulated system, you feel the blurriness, the dizziness, the fatigue, and all those things, 70%. So if your goal used to be 10 repetitions, now you stop at 7, right? If you used to work on your business for 4 hours, now you're working 70% of that time, okay? If you used to give 100% in something, now you're giving 70% in something. It's kind of like you used to be a runner and now you're walking, right? That's kind of a 70% kind of a feeling, right? So I want you to stay below your capacity, below your capacity, below your capacity. Even if the inner protector urges you to try to do more, okay? This is so key. And finally, the 6th point here, my friends, is repeat the same boring response every single day. 30 days goes by and you're going, oh, what's the next audiobook I can get? No, right? Keep doing what you're doing, okay? It may not feel like it's working, but what the brain loves is repetition. It doesn't like intensity. So when you go look for that new audiobook, that's intensity. That's an adrenaline dump, right? When you're looking for answers or ChatGPT too often, okay, that's intensity. That just says more survival and danger perception rather than safety signals. So boring is a safety signal, okay? We want repetition. We want boring. We want deep rest. We want you to live gently and repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat. And in the end, it should feel like you don't even care whether you recover from your symptoms or not. When you can get to that point where you don't even care, it's just all of these things have become like a lifestyle. Now you're on the path to true regulation. And if you can just sense that a little bit, I want you to comment below, give this video a like if it spoke to you. And my friends, always remember that you are more than anxiety. So much more. Share this video, help a fellow peaceful warrior today, and I'll see you in the next one. I hope it spoke to you. Bye for now.